Hey everyone, so in today's video what I wanted to talk about was YouTube Studio. For anybody who doesn't know, YouTube Studio is an app that you can actually install, and you can do quite a lot in terms of managing a YouTube account directly from this particular app. So what I'll do is I'll look at the application first, and then we'll take a look at the website, and I'll also point out some things that I think that they can improve on, some things that they definitely need to improve on, and also things that they can copy from the website and bring to the app. So what we'll do is, as you can see, this is the application for YouTube Studio. If I just click onto that, what it does is it brings you in on the dashboard initially. So this will literally just show you an overview of like your latest video, as well as some analytics on the channel and stuff like that. So as you can see, even though you're going to be seeing this well in the future, today is actually the 28th of May, and currently I have 308 subscribers. So thank you very much to every single one of those. Hopefully by the time you're actually viewing this, that number's gone up. As I said, the initial target is 1,000, so come on guys, help me get to that 1,000, and then we'll take it from there. But getting back to the actual video, so obviously this first top pane, you've got the analytics section, and you can separate this depending on whether you want to search for just the last 48 hours, or you can also change this, for example, for the lifetime. So in total, nearly 60,000 views now. I think it's only been going for a little over a month, so I think that's not too bad considering how YouTube's algorithm actually works in terms of discovery. But we can get into that either later or in another video. So in the analytics part, it does actually give you quite a lot of information, as you can see. So you have a discovery tab. When you first set up a YouTube account, or if you've been inactive for quite a while, a lot of this won't mean anything to you because a lot of this won't be populated. In order to actually pull through enough data, usually they need probably, I'd say, at least a month in order to get any type of accurate data to actually put into these sections. The impression click-through rate, for example, on mine initially when I first set up, I think that was about 2%. So at the moment, obviously nearly 9% click-through rate, which is not bad considering the size of my channel, and also the actual audience scale that my videos are going to actually get shown to. So with that, let's come on to the audience section. This obviously gives you a breakdown, kind of telling you roughly where your viewers are from. I wouldn't bank too much on this because a lot of this could be faked using VPNs and things like that, so I wouldn't really factor this in too much. But there is a section on the website that actually does come in quite handy. Interactive content, this I think is more to do with any cards that you show on your videos. So you can have the overlay cards as well as any end credit links that you add in, so links to other videos, things like that. Anything basically teasers that are shown over the video and what people are clicking on. Here you can see generally what gets clicks from your videos, as well as what gets clicks to your videos as well, because not all of these will be my particular videos. I don't think Which Would You Buy is my video, but that's obviously linking into one of my videos, so that's obviously ranking quite high for me. Next is the playlist section. So this is literally just giving you details in terms of how many times they were viewed, how many views from those particular playlists, and the average time. So that's something that I believe is very important to YouTube, the fact that they want people to stay on the app or the website for as long as possible. So the more click-throughs you get in terms of people staying on either your playlist or your channel, the higher and more likely your views are gonna your videos are gonna actually get to the viewers. So it's all very confusing and complicated, but essentially when you're starting out, this is a very good way of actually starting to get a grasp in terms of what's actually going on. What I would say is, especially if you are a new YouTuber, don't worry about this part too much to start with. There's only one real section that I really took any notice of, and I'll show you that later when we get to the website part. So that was the analytics. Just below that, obviously, as you probably noticed by now, if you're new to the channel, firstly hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Once you hit that bell icon, what you will notice is every single day at 6 p.m. UK time, I post a video. I've got, as I said, the date is the 28th of May. I've got videos scheduled all the way up to 24th of July already, and in the past 2 days I believe I've put out about 5 different videos. So I've got a lot of content coming. So generally for me, this first page doesn't really mean much because generally, especially right now, as you can see, it's only been 23 minutes, so hardly anybody will have actually viewed the video. Just below that, you've got a quick link into the actual videos section, so you can click that and that literally just comes down to the next bit. your next tab essentially. So what we'll do is just go back to the dashboard for now, and at the bottom you've got some of your recent comments as well. And the comments is something that I will touch on later, because that's one thing that they definitely need to improve on. So the next one down is your video section. Now in terms of being able to manage your videos, you can do almost everything from within this app, if you like, this section of the app. So if I just click into the latest video that I actually filmed, obviously if I'll show you here, so this one will have obviously already gone out, but scheduled for 24th of July 2020 for 6 p.m. But if I click back into the latest one, if you just click on the little pen, if you like, that's your edit button, and in here, as you can see, you can use this to download your thumbnail. So for example, if you want to share it onto your social media accounts, you can download the actual thumbnail for the video and then copy the link. So if you can copy the link just from there. So if I just click back into there, you can change the title, you can change the description. If you keep coming down, you can change the privacy settings, and basically what you have is you have public, unlisted, private, and scheduled. Once you've made it public, you can never use the scheduled option. However, the scheduled option wasn't actually available for me right when I first started, so I don't know whether that is only unlocked once you've made a certain number of videos, or if you've uploaded a certain amount of content. But the scheduled one, that kind of just appeared out of nowhere. Up until that point, basically what I was having to do was film my videos and upload them, make them public. At the times I actually wanted them, I had to do it all manually. What I did obviously find out the hard way was the first few videos I was posting, and because I was putting them as soon as the video was done, upload it, hit publish, and nobody would see the true 4K quality of it for like 2 days, because basically it hasn't been processed yet. So because of that, obviously set everything to private to start with, and then either schedule it or just go in manually the following day, or however long do you think it's going to take for YouTube to actually process the video, and then just make it public. So just below that you've got your playlists. So obviously you can't, this is another one of the things that they need to improve. So you can't actually create a playlist in this section. I mean, it is the most common sense option that you would ever imagine. The fact that if you want to select which playlist, if you're giving somebody the option to actually put a video into playlist, surely you would give them the option to actually create a new playlist. But no, in order to do that, you need to either go to the website, or you have to go to the actual YouTube app, go to the library section, and then click on add new playlist that way. So playlist section, not great. You can obviously choose which ones you want it in, and you can have multiples, thankfully, so you don't have to keep clicking in and out. Just below that is your tags, and your tags are basically ideally what will get your video noticed, but obviously they don't always work. What I try and do is just use keywords, so anything that you think somebody might search for in order to find what your particular video is. So we'll just come out of that section there, and as you can see, if and the other things that you've got here is you've got all videos. You can also change it to drafts, your public videos, so that will only show what's actually live. You've got unlisted and also private, and everything that's scheduled will show as private until it's actually made public. And then what you can also do is just click on the little icon in the top towards the top right and change it from most recent to most viewed. So my most viewed video at the moment is still the LG C9 OLED versus CX, sorry. 14,000 views at the moment, so we'll see what that hits by the time this video actually comes out. And you can see obviously this sorts it. It doesn't always do it correctly, because as you can see, this one is below the Alpha 9 Gen 3 video, even though it's got more views. And if we keep coming down, I'm pretty sure there will be other ones. So like you've got 800 below something that's with 200. So it's not great in terms of sorting it that way, but generally I just use them most recent anyway, so that's not really massive concern. Playlist section, as I said, no option to actually create a new playlist here, which just seems the strangest thing to me, but hey ho. Comment section, this is obviously where you can see and reply to comments, and you do have these 3 sections here. So you have your top one, you published, that's what will kind of show up straight away. Depending on how you've got your account set up, I mean, you could just block comments altogether. I personally allow every comment, and I've only ever had to speak to 2 people on one of my videos regarding their comments, but YouTube's algorithm or something actually just pulled all their comments, because all their comments just kind of disappeared from the video that they were actually commenting on. So obviously YouTube are doing things behind the background as well. So if your comments aren't appearing, I will come on to that a little later on. But essentially what you have is published, helpful review, likely spam. These are the ones that normally pop up within seconds of a video going live, and cancel just goes back to whichever original one it was on. Now the problem with this is not every comment actually shows up, and it doesn't make any difference whether you change this or anything. A lot of times, especially when you have threads, so for example you've got 6 hours, and on here it almost looks as though these are the only comments I've had, whereas I've been replying to comments pretty much all day. And it's just not very good in terms of how it pulls through. What you also have is this little 0 that you see near the icon. When you click on that, that's your notifications. And as I've pointed this out in some of my other videos, what happens is every time I get a message, essentially every time somebody leaves a comment, it's meant to send me a notification and say, look, this person's posted this comment on this video. Now what actually happens is if you're in the app, and you can come back out and you can refresh this, and you can go to the dashboard and you can refresh it there, and it just won't make any difference. What you have to do is essentially come out of the app, kill it, go back in, and at that point you'll all of a sudden have a 1 or however many number of notifications you had show up. So that's not very good in terms of how it pulls through notifications, and I think that might actually have something to do with the fact that a lot of the comments actually disappear. That could be the reason why. Analytics, obviously this is literally just the bit that we looked at earlier. So as you can see, the YouTube Studio app, in terms of managing it, your videos, it does all the basics. It covers quite a lot. However, there's a lot that is left out, and especially if you're a content creator and you're using any type of media from other sources. So for example, a lot of my videos I'm doing comparisons, and I did a series where I was comparing the LG's built-in apps to my Apple TV 4K. So I was comparing Netflix and Apple TV Plus and Amazon Prime, and those videos got copyright striked so many times. And obviously, as you will have seen by now, if you haven't seen them, please go check them out. Link will be somewhere in the video or at the end. But basically what actually happened was it gave me options twice. I uploaded one of the videos twice, changing bits, removing the audio completely, and it still had me edit out the clip. So it normally gives you an option. If it's music, it'll give you the option to just mute that section. If it's a video clip, then it'll literally just trim the video. Now when you're doing a comparison, trimming the video becomes kind of pointless, because you can't exactly compare something if you can't see it. So it was a bit of a nightmare actually doing that. But if I was just using the YouTube Studio app, I would never have known that, because nowhere in this does it give you any information with regards to copyright strikes, content strikes, or anything like that. So for all of that, and also a really important part in terms of how you actually keep people on your channel as well. So what we'll do is, with that, we'll come out of the app and we'll go into the web page. So this is essentially what you see when you log into the website, and you can, once again, you can do this straight on your phone. All you have to do is just select when you come into it. If you're on an iPhone, you literally just hit that, and then you select request desktop mode. If it's on mobile website, it won't actually show anything. It'll just bring up a big gear icon and tell you to open the app. So what you want to do is select desktop mode, and this is your kind of welcome page, if you like. And what normally happens is, just up here where your channel analytics are showing, if you've got any content strikes or copyright strikes, they normally show up just in this corner here. So, and sometimes, depending on how bad whether the video is blocked or not, it might even have a banner across the top here as well. So without that, you would never know about those first two things. So that's the first part, and that's something that I believe that they should be able to bring to the Studio app. There's no reason why they can't actually just make it so then you can see all of that information on your dashboard, for example, because that's exactly what this is. If it can appear here and it's literally just a link, it's just HTML code, they can do the same thing in the Studio app. So I believe That's one thing that they need to put across. You do have some better analytics, so I'll just quickly touch on this. And the main part is, as you can see, you get much more detailed information in here, so you can see the reach and everything. And the most important part for me, I suppose, is, where's it gone, just this bit here. So it literally just tells you when your viewers are online. So as you can see, for me personally, most of my viewers are online between, say, 6 and 8 o'clock UK time. So that's why all of my videos actually get published at that time, my daily videos anyway. If I'm posting extra videos for that day, then obviously they will appear whenever. So they'll appear either in the morning or late at night, depending on what the content is and what the reason for sharing it is. Jailbreak videos, for example, I posted quite a few of those recently, and that was literally just because one of them was late towards the end of the day. I've been testing all day and I just wanted to get the message out there, and then the following day I posted another video just explaining the procedure for that. But this is pretty much the main one that I actually use, just to get an idea. Now if you actually search for what's the best time to upload, or there's various apps that you can use to assist you, it'll always say it doesn't make any difference. But realistically, if you think about it, if your video goes live and everybody's at work, by the time they finish work, unless it's very limited amount of channels that they're subscribed to, your video is going to get buried. They're not going to see on their homepage. Even if they go into their subscriptions list, they're going to have to scroll down quite a distance before they actually get to your videos. So in theory, you want to post at a time when most of your viewers are going to be online. In terms of analytics, that's the only real important part for me. What I'll do is I'll just come back up to dashboard, and then what we want to do, so what you can do is if you click on that there, it'll expand this and it'll just show you the exact same thing. So in theory, the YouTube Studio app, if you look at this menu here, it looks very similar, and everything that's in here in theory should be portable, so you should be able to carry it across. So what we'll do is we'll click into the next one down, which is videos, and what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you the difference in terms of information that you actually get on here. So in terms of scheduling and everything like that, at a glance it's all the same. Obviously, if you go into it, when you click onto it, you've got a few more options. If you did have any content strikes, it would show up here under restrictions, and it just gives you a message saying this video has a content strike, for example, and click here for details. You click the link and it brings up an additional window. Now the one thing I will say is, if you ever get a strike and it's a case of where you need to, for example, if you want to change the audio, not just trim or mute the audio, if you want to change the audio in the background, that will not work on your phone. For that you will need to use either a laptop or something like that, or computer, because basically the software on an iPhone anyway, using the standard browser, I don't really use any additional browsers, but on the Safari browser it doesn't have the correct plugin, so it won't actually be able to play. I'm guessing it's probably using Flash or something like that, HTML5 coding, something like that, but basically it just won't play back. So most of the editing and stuff that you do will work fine. However, there are certain bits where you will need to just step up and use an actual computer or desktop, laptop, whatever. Now, one of the key areas, and this is something that they need to actually bring to the YouTube Studio app. So every time I post a video, I do most of it just on my phone. So I'll record it on my phone, I edit it on my phone, I upload it on my phone, I create thumbnail on my phone or my iPad. For that, I generally use my iPad just to get the bigger screen. But then what I have to do is come into here, hit the little pencil icon or pen icon again, and I have to scroll down, and just here you can see end screen and cards. These two options don't appear in the YouTube Studio app, and if you think about it, when you click on it, if you've got saved presets, so as this is literally just a saved preset that I've got, and every time I literally just come in and I just hit to copy the same preset that I had for the last video. So basically it gives my TV and videos playlist, it gives my channel link, and it gives whatever's the best video for that particular viewer, so whatever they've been viewing. So that's normally my default. But in order to add this, I have to come into the YouTube Studio app every single time. So literally, if I'm doing a daily video, 2 videos a day, something like that, then I'm having to do this 2 or 3 times a day just for something that really should be in the actual YouTube Studio app. So that's something that they definitely need to bring across. Now coming back out of there, analytics, as I say, I don't really delve into that too much. This is more so in terms of the individual video, by the way, and this is the section where if you really wanted to add audio and stuff, it doesn't really work correctly on your phone. But as I say, we can delve into this on an actual laptop sometime. This is more so an overview and the main things that I think they need to bring across. All of the really complicated kind of finicky stuff, that's fine. I understand why they're not porting that over, but the ones that I've pointed out, with those ones in particular, I feel that they should be bringing those across just to make life easier. I mean, at the end of the day, the YouTube Studio app is there to make life easier for the content creators. So these are the things that we want in order to make that easier. So if I just come back to the main dashboard now, and if we go to the comment section, so on this, as you can see, it's got the same ones where it says published, helpful review, and likely spam. Now as you can see, this has got a video in it, a comment in it. Now I haven't even seen this comment. If I just come back to the YouTube Studio, go down to comments, click on likely spam, as you can see, nothing. If I come across to the actual app, the website, as you can see, there's a comment there. But not only that, if I come across to published, this, as you can see here, is only showing comments I haven't responded to. Now some of these are where people are replying to each other, so they might not be posting directly to me, but none of these messages have actually shown up on the app, and that for me is a problem. Every single one of these needs to be showing up on the app, because that's how you can reply. Nobody, when you've got the YouTube Studio app, you're not going to come into the website to reply to comments. That makes no sense at all. So that's something that they definitely need to fix. The comment section in the YouTube Studio app does not work. And worse still, even after you've clicked on notifications and replied, it doesn't really sync up very well between the comments and the actual, so this section here and this section here. So that's something similarly, again, they need to get that fixed in order to make that the YouTube Studio app actually usable and function in the way that you can do almost everything without having to come into the website every time. Just on the audio, yeah, the audio library is probably one of the ones where it's not really going to work correctly. This bit is, I think, is just to actually download the separate audio tracks. I'm talking more about when you're actually overlaying it in the background of one of your videos. But essentially they're the main things. So for me, the main things that they need to definitely port across is the comment section needs to be fixed. That definitely is very doable, because if they can see it on the website, then there's no reason why those messages aren't getting sent across to the actual application. The content strikes and details on those, copyright strikes, blocked videos, all of that kind of stuff needs to be in the YouTube Studio app. I had a video where I actually got very lucky, because I scheduled it for well in advance, and I didn't realize until I actually went into the website that I actually had a strike against it. And luckily I caught it in time. I managed to edit it, and then it went out and basically is fine. But obviously, had I not gone into the website, then I would never have known that. So that's something, as I say, they need to get fixed as well. And also they need to add it's such a simple option. Just add a button so you can create a playlist. Ideally, what I would also like is for you to actually be able to upload straight from this particular app, because at the moment you can't actually upload in this particular app. You have to go to the YouTube Studio app, the YouTube app, upload in there, then come back over across into here and edit all your details in here, because editing everything in the YouTube app is just painstakingly awkward. So a few little things there that they need to tweak and improve in order to make this really usable as your primary go-to reference point, if you like. Without that, basically you're still having to jump between the website and the app far too often for it to be anything that's actually usable. They're the main things that I wanted to just point out in terms of, for anybody who's either not used the YouTube Studio app or is possibly a new YouTuber and they're not sure on what they can do, or which parts they need to do on the app and which parts they definitely need to go back to the website for. As always, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel, help me get to that 1,000 mark. I'm hoping by the time this video comes out that I've already hit that number. If I haven't and you notice I haven't and you're watching this video, please subscribe, hit the bell icon. As I say, one video per day, so there's loads of content coming. It varies in terms of the content, so it's not strictly one genre. I'm not just focusing on phones or just TVs or just cars or anything like that. It's literally just a mixture of everything, anything and everything that piques my interest. I like to do a lot of the just the general chat videos as well, where I'll just talk about a topic and then we can open it up in the comment section and have a back and forth on that. With that said, as always, thanks very much for watching.